2 points here. First of all, Ray Chan talked about the title of this provision, Standard for Playing and Singing. I agree with him. When it comes to standard, you need to have a yardstick. You need to have a scale, and then we can tell whether it is meeting the requirement or not. But I'm afraid the provision itself cannot really tell us much. It simply says the national anthem must be played and sung in a way that is in keeping with its dignity. But this is not the same as the standard. So I just wondered if you can change the title of this provision, like requirements when playing and singing. So I'm making this proposal concerning the choice of word. I hope the administration can consider my view. Next, many members said that for this particular clause or this part, it doesn't carry any penalty. I think in common law, I think we seldom have such an arrangement. That is, in our law, we write down something and then it is merely optional and it doesn't carry a penalty. Now, the admin's explanation is that we have got the same in the national law, and so local legislation must have the same element, and there isn't any other reason to keep it. So I just wondered if you can sort of adopt another approach by having a code of practice or a covenant. So instead of writing it into the provision, into the bill, I think the wording itself is fine, but for it to be part of the bill, I'm afraid this is not in line with our common law system and quite out of step with the laws of Hong Kong and our convention. So I wondered if you can sort of think of extracting such clauses so that we have a charter or we have a code of practice keeping such provisions. Would it be feasible? Permanent Secretary, we must consider this. That is, when a citizen reads the ordinance, can he fully understand what our requirements are like concerning the standard and etiquette for playing and singing? If we take out something from the bill, first of all, it may not be able to reflect fully the spirit and the contents of the national law. That aside, citizens would also find it difficult to understand the spirit of the law. And then I can't agree with what Mr. Yip has said. Now, he is saying that this directional provision isn't in line with our common law system. In fact, in our existing laws, we do have quite a large number of provisions that are directional only and not carrying a penalty. What about the difference between requirement and standard as the title of this provision? Maybe I can defer to Mr. Pang as to why we have adopted the word standard. Well, from the drafting perspective, if we talk about requirement for playing and singing, it means that you are required to play and sing the national anthem rather than the standard or the way that it should be played and sung. So I don't think this is what we want to achieve.